Can I get 2 Marlboro Reds in boxes, please?
Sure.
Yes, sir. Oh, no, thank you. Appreciate you. Take care.
Can I help you? Huh?
This is a trophy club area right here. It's pretty nice. One of the apartments back there that I just passed earlier, they had like underground garage parking with gates and everything. This is actually a country club right here. It's called Trophy Club Country Club. They got golf courses and all kinds of stuff. Here. It's got a long jogging trail right here. It's real nice. Avenue 20. This is like all golf courses and stuff. Miles and miles of really good jogging trail all around that way right there. All through the sand traps and all kinds of stuff. Real nice. They do get a little political, but you know, yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of people leave like Trump signs in their yard. Sign back there says, I think it's saying that Trump is still my president. Like a lot of people feel like Trump is still the president. You know, I mean, here's some stuff right here, right there. I mean, the government's got flaws. The government's in probably more trouble than it ever was, maybe since Vietnam. You know, and it's what it is right now. The problem is just, you know, dysfunctional leadership. It seems like they're kind of in it, kind of to have fun. You know, Kamala Harris is kind of laughing, and they think, you know, there's really no reform in police right now at all. Police shootings have gotten worse, far worse than when Trump was in office by far. Rioting's, you know, still going on. I mean, do the math. You know, things have gotten way worse. COVID is nowhere near under control, and nor will it ever be, really, until people start to kind of wake up. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even really a big Republican anything. I mean, I'm more of a liberal, but I can kind of see, you know, that just a dysfunctional leadership. You know, it's just, I haven't seen a single penny. I'll put it this way. Out of my entire time that I'd say out of all the times that I've ever you know, just been a citizen, I've never felt more strain. And when the only time I ever saw any kind of money coming in is pretty much like when George Bush was in office and stuff like that. What I mean by money, I mean by any type of return on income tax. I've had more trouble. I've actually, to be honest, I've never been denied. I've always seen money back at the end of the year. And I haven't seen a single penny in any type of incentive money at all. Not a single penny. And I've probably been in poverty since my wife left 2 years ago. Up and down, it's been pretty rough. I'd say this has been, government-wise, this has been a nightmare for me. A complete nightmare because of the government. The federal government, it has gone completely wacko. One of the last plays I wrote when all this started happening was about Russia. Why I chose that is because it's out of hand. Planes and stuff. The whole federal thing's a big joke. It's a big wake-up call, what happened on January 6th. That was a big wake-up call for this country. It's a big wake-up call to say, well, whether who was right or wrong, and obviously there were a lot of people wrong, although protesters were killed. But it's a wake-up call to say, man, there is something definitely wrong with this freaking country, by far. And also Hollywood is a high stinking mess of just pure-ass commercialism. I mean, Hollywood doesn't want the truth. They want commercialism. You know, you had actors back in the day like Robert De Niro doing films like Deer Hunter. You had actors like Dustin Hoffman and things like that made films that said something about the wrong in society. Now, it's just about making money and hurting other people, trying to take other people's dreams away. And what's really funny also what happened with January 6th was Trump didn't tell those people, he didn't give any direct orders to form an insurrection, or, they would have locked him up, and obviously they acquitted him twice. So he didn't give any orders. You know what was interesting about January 6th is finally, you can feel it. Think about all the homes that have been lost. Think about everything that will continue to be lost. Think about what you can lose. Think about all the families. Listen, I haven't seen my family in 2 years, mostly because of this government. I have not seen my 3 little kids in 2 years. Haven't seen my wife who has disabilities in 2 years. Take initiative. We need to stand up and be brave and do something about this and find out how to reconstruct it. He's got 3 more years to try to do something. After that, let's get somebody that can do something. And also another thing about fathers that are under attack, especially fathers that don't have a lot of money. Why go after those types of people when you've got corporate criminals that are doing lines of cocaine on their oak desk, driving around Mercedes, that are treated like kings? That's what I mean. And he knows what I mean. People that are in these banks and stuff that are ruling everything, causing other people to basically lose everything they have. You know why? Because of commercialism and because they can gain more power. This is about survival. It's not about a better country anymore. This is about survival. They knocked on David Koresh's door. What do? They burned 25 children to the ground right there on national television. Look at the documentaries. Look who attacked who. Look who had the machinery. How did we respond? We respond. How do we respond? We respond. Stay can stay. See how good they do. But I'm going to tell you, this country was not built by a bunch of cowards. Another thing, too, about this country is we didn't play fair to win. When we kicked the English's butt. When we told the redcoats to go away, we didn't do it to be fair. So, you think this country knows who good fathers are? We got a junior high kid shot by a police officer just the other day. And if I'm not mistaken, I think another kid was pepper sprayed by a police officer. And these are the type of the people that the country wants to to be fathers. And what do they want to go after? They want to go after people that have been baptized in the church. They want to go after the good. You know why? Because that's a sign of end times. We have a First Amendment right, which is the most important right. And it's more important than the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, what we speak. You know what taxation without representation really is? It's when the government starts knocking on doors of good people and asking from them what they don't have. It's what the English did to us. They're asking from you of something that you do not have. And they say, give it to me or we'll lock you up. You know who does that? Criminals. This government is ruled by a bunch of criminals. I mean, hey, let's just look at the facts of the situation. I mean, Obama would agree with me. I mean, I voted for Obama. I did. Let me just put it this way, though. I've always voted for the winners. But Obama admitted to it. He admitted to smoking crack. That's a criminal. It's a criminal act. This government's ruled by a bunch of criminals. And the English were criminal a long time ago, asking of us what we did not have. And said, well, you just give it to us. Coming into people's houses, taking away families. My family was taken away from me partially by the government. You know why? Because they came into my household. You know why? Because they're wrong, because they're criminal. If you want to defend yourself now. Right now, we have a major crisis going on. This, I have Apache inheritance, meaning I have Apache, I'm a descendant of Apaches. The Apaches were run off their land, the women were killed, their family were killed, they were told to move away because this country wanted to take it all. And you know what? What's funny is it'll probably end up going back to the Apaches. It'll probably end up going back to the Native Americans because it was theirs to begin with. We came in here, we wanted to take what we can. Let's see what happens in the next 5 years. Just watch what happens in the next 5 years. There's another thing too, is all those people that you hurt, just remember this. There'll be a day when the Messiah, known as Jesus Christ, will come in and he will squash you like a grape. It says it in the good book, like a wine press. He will squash all of you like a grape. And you will meet him on the day of Armageddon. And you'll be crushed. And you'll go there with your tools. You'll go there with your computers. You'll go there with all the devices that make you strong. All the people that protect you. And they'll all be squashed like a grape into liquid. Another thing, too, that's horrible is that last presidency worked so hard to try to make abortion illegal, and now they got to go off and, reinstate the invisible Holocaust and kill as many unborn children that could possibly be alive. You know how many generations you kill when you abort a child? It's a horrible thing, but it's murder, and some people see it as murder, and they're tired of it. It's an invisible Holocaust. You set your mind to something, it can and will be achieved. If you're just sitting around waiting for them to give it to you, you're not going to get it that way. You have to take it. You have to go up there and take it. If we're going to make this country better, we have to go and we have to take control. We have to make it happen. Can't do it just by wishing it. You have to take action and you have to prepare. So stop drinking. Start doing extra walking and getting in shape. Start preparing. We must prepare. I was thinking about what Pulp Fiction's about and everything. I guess mafia, stuff like that's about that. But the guy, Jules, whatever, the Samuel L. Jackson character, he's sitting there at the Denny's and he's going, I'm trying, I know that he's basically saying that he knows that he's wrong, but he's trying to do the right thing, a lot of us are, there's certain things that we have to do that people don't always agree with, but we're trying to do the right thing. You know, it's also kind of a Spike Lee film too, I guess, in a way. But you know, in Pulp Fiction, the good thing about it was that he was a bad guy, but he was kind of the, I don't know if you say a heroic character, anti-heroic, anti-hero, but he was trying to do the right thing, you know. Even though there were a lot of bad things that had to do, he just didn't want his family and his people messed with. Well, you know, that goes for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people don't want their family messed with. And there's a price to pay. When you go and you mess with somebody's family, there is a price to pay. That's the way the story goes. It's just the way the story goes. Crumb drop. Another thing that doesn't make any sense is, why would I not qualify for incentive payments when I'm practically poverty stricken? You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me why, you know, what are rich people getting incentive checks? And people that are making a lower amount of money, and then, you know, why are they, let me just asking this. We got a hardcore Democrat that's in office, and the poor are still being taxed for the purpose of the rich. And here's a guy that's supposedly supposed to be for the poor, for the poverty-stricken fathers that are out there, and giving them a hard time, and we don't see a cent of the money. But yet rich people who had businesses that didn't survive Corona are just doing just fine. They're getting their little incentive checks and everything like that. I'm tired of people being biased against the poor. You know, when Jesus came down, he said, you know, blessed are the poor. You know, and I'm tired of rich people hating that blessing. And a few $1,000s to a poor person is a lot of money. You know, when I did Bulb, I only did it with a few $1,000s. When I did that indie film, it was only with a few $1,000s. But you got rich people, they're doing movies for, I don't know, $1 billion. A $1 billion movie on a content about a comic strip character, you know, that shoots people. And you got a good film that has a good content. I got zero interest from anybody. I don't know if it's being thrown around the wrong direction, but man, there's some coward filmmakers there. I mean, yeah, I went to school with Bradley Cooper, but give me a break. You know, West Side Story's old. You know, it's an old story. It's been going on forever. Kaufman already wrote A Star Is Born. That's old. There's people out there struggling and hurting. There's real suffering going on, and people are making movies about comic strip characters. West Side Story's a comic strip. Racism is a god. People worship racism. The idea of racism is worshipped. These are cool cows right here. Like a person's nation is more important than another person. And they don't even really know their nation. These are really cool right here by the tree, right over this way. Oh yeah. There's always that helper. They're always helping. Yep. Cool dog right there. I mean, cow, sorry. I thought it was a dog. It's a cow. I guess it's moo. It's moo is the right. Oh, that's cool. They were kind of fighting right there. This road's called Couch Road. Where's my stimulus check? Feed the poor. Thanks. It doesn't make any sense why I wouldn't qualify for a stimulus check when I'm actually, you know, poorer than most people. I mean, it's like anyone that's making, I don't know, less than, I don't know, 50,000, I would think would qualify, you know, for a stimulus check. I wish I'd qualify for a stimulus check.